Hello and welcome back to the Master Civil Engineering. In this video, you will learn that how you can prepare a detailed estimate for chain link fencing. Chain link fencing is a type of fencing which is used for the containment of an open large area. Okay, it is much more durable and cost efficient than a boundary wall. And as an engineer, you must know how to prepare the detailed estimate for this chain link fencing. Okay, so in this video, we will learn all the items which are required for the preparation of an estimate of chain link fencing, okay, and the execution of the same at the site. I am using schedule of rates for this estimate because estimate needs the rates of various items. So I am using schedule of rates for India for this estimate, but you can change the rates according to your own country and you will get an idea that how to prepare the estimate for chain link fencing. Okay, I have already written all the items which will be required for the preparation of the estimate. Okay, and we will learn all the step for the preparation of the estimate of chain link fencing. First, I will show you the cross section of the chain link fencing for which we are preparing the estimate. Okay, so you can see at the bottom we have a stone boulder course of 4-inch thickness. Okay, this is used for leveling. Then we have a plain cement concrete of mix 1:4:8 according to the IS code. Okay, it's a lean mix concrete. Okay, also its thickness is 3-inch and it is also used for leveling of the ground. Okay, after that we have the first step of underground PCC for the chain link fencing, which is width is 2 feet and thickness is 1.5 feet. Okay, and after that, above ground plinth step of this chain link fencing, whose width is 1 feet 2 inch and depth or thickness is 2 feet. Okay, after that we have a PCC of 1:2:4, that is of richer mix, M15 of thickness 2 inch and width is same as the above ground plinth step, that is 1 feet 2 inch. And after that we have a structural steel of height 6 feet. This is for the cross section. I have also shown the elevation of this. Okay, so for structural steel we are using Indian standard angle 50x50x5 mm as a vertical post runner and flats. Okay, I will show this in the item of the structural steel in this estimate. Okay, and we are preparing because we need the length of the boundary for which we need the chain link fencing. So in this estimate I am taking the length of 500 meters. Okay, this estimate will be in the SI units. Okay, so all measurements will be in the meters. Okay, so length is 500 meters. So first item which I require for the estimate is that earthwork in bulk excavation by mechanical means using the hydraulic excavator. Okay, this is the first item because you have to first do the excavation of the earth. Okay, depending upon your site, whether it is a plain soil or rocky boulder. So here I am assuming a plain soil. So first item is earthwork in bulk excavation. The first excavation which I need is for the fencing. Okay, that is its length is 500 meters. So 1 is number, 500 is length, and the bottom width which we require is 2 feet at the bottom. Okay, that is for the underground step, but we will increase this because excavation should be more, so we will increase it by 4 inches on both sides. So if 2 feet is equal to 0.6 meter, and if I add 8 inches to it, so it will be 0.8 meter. Okay, that is 2 feet and 8 inches. Okay, and the depth, underground depth is, first is this 4-inch soling plus 3-inch mudmate, which is 7-inch plus 1 feet 6 inch. So total depth will be 2 feet 1 inch, which is equal to, in meters it will be 0.625 meters. Okay, so total quantity of this will be 1 into 500 into 0.8 into 0.625, which is 250. After that we also require the gate. We also need a gate for this, for entry and exit to this open area. So for the gate we also have to do the excavation. Okay, so gate, we will make two gates. One will be small gate and a second one will be the larger gate. Okay, total width of these two gates will be 18 feet. Okay, that is 5.5 meter. But we have to fix the structural steel. We will first make small pedestals, and in that we will fix the structural steel, and we will then use a structural steel gate. So I will be taking three pedestals. Okay, three pedestals, and for this the width will be 2.5 feet, that is 0.75 meter. I will make it as a square, so 0.75 into 0.75, and depth I will be taking it 0.775 meter. Okay, that is for this I will be taking 2 feet underground plus the thickness of soling and the plain cement concrete as a leveling course. Okay, so total depth for the gate, that is the depth of excavation, I am taking as 0.775 meter. So total quantity will be 250 plus 1.31, which is 251.31 cubic meters. Okay, is the total quantity. Rate of this item in the SOR, okay, which will differ according to your region. Here for my region, rate for this item is 187.30 Indian rupees. So total amount for this will be 47,069.95 Indian rupees. Okay, this is the first item, earthwork in bulk excavation. Next item, I have to lay the stone soling or boulders as a leveling course after excavation. So again, length will be same, that is 1 into 500. Width, which I have shown in the cross section, is 2 feet. So 2 feet is equal to 0.6 meter, and the thickness is 0.1, that is 4 inches. Okay, this is for the boundary wall. And then for the gates, that is gate pedestals, which are 3 numbers. So 3 into the width, let us take the width of the pedestal as 2 feet. Excavation is 2.5 feet, so width of the pedestal will be take width of the pedestal as 2 feet. So 0.6 into 0.6, and again the thickness 0.1. Okay, so total quantity will be 30 plus 0.11, which is 30.11 cubic meters. From this you will deduct 15% voids. Okay, and the net quantity will be 25.59 cubic meters. Rate for this item in my country is 900 rupees per cubic meter. So total amount will be 23,032.62 Indian rupees. Okay, this is for the stone soling. Okay, after that we have to lay the plain cement concrete of lean mix, that is 1:4:8. Okay, which is it's for 1:4:8, which is M7.5. Okay, so again length is 1 into 500 meters the length. Width will be same, that is 0.6, and depth for this is 3 inch, that is 0.075 meters. So quantity will be 22.5 cubic meters. For gates, we have 3 pedestals of width 0.6 into 0.6, and thickness for this will be 0.075. Okay, that is 3 inch. So total quantity will be 22.58 cubic meters. Rate for this item is 5,202.90 INR per cubic meter. So total cost will be 1,17,486 Indian rupees. Okay, rates will differ according to your country. Okay, but the basic steps, that is the items, which will remain same. Only thing you can change is the mix ratio. If I am using 1:3:6, that is M10, you can use M15, the richer mix, or M20. Okay, according to your own country. Okay, now the second item is the providing and laying in position cement concrete of specified grade, including curing but excluding the cost of centering and shattering. Okay, this rate is up to the plinth level. Okay, and the mix which we are using is 1:3:6. Now again look at the cross section. So the first underground step, it is of width 2 feet and thickness 1.5 feet. This is for the underground step. Okay, so underground step will be 1 length same, that is 500, thickness is 0.6, sorry, width is 0.6 and thickness is 1.5 feet, so which will be 0.45 meters. So this is the quantity for the underground, which is 135 cubic meters. Okay, after that the next step is the underground step of this, which is of width 1 feet 2 inch and thickness 2 feet. Again, this is of the same mix, that 1:3:6. Okay, so 1 into 500 into width is 1 1 feet 2 inches. Okay, this is the width of this concrete, that is 1 feet and 2 inch, so it will be equal to 0.35. Okay, and depth is 0.6 and the quantity is 105 cubic meters. After that, the next is underground of the gate pedestals. Okay, so we have 3 number of pedestals, and let us take the first underground of this 0.6, that is 2 feet by 2 feet, 0.6 into 0.6, and depth of this should be also 0.6. Okay, so 2 feet by 2 feet by 2 feet will be the underground pedestal. After that, the above ground pedestal of the grate will be 3 into, let us take it as 1.5 feet, so 1.5 feet into 1.5 feet into 2 feet, depth will be 2 feet. Okay, okay, so total quantity for my PCC, that is 1:3:6, is 241.01. Rate for this item in SOR is 5733.60 INR per cubic meter. So total will be, you can see the total is equal to 13,81,869 Indian rupees. Okay, this is for the fourth item. The next item which I have to use is providing and laying in position cement concrete of specified grade, including curing but excluding the cost of sanding and shattering, and the mix is 1:2:4, that is 1 cement, 2 coarse sand and 4 graded stone aggregates of nominal size 20 mm. You can see in the cross section this is of thickness 2 inch. So again, length will be same, that is 1 into 500. Okay, and width for this is 1 feet 2 inches, which is 0.35. Okay, this is the 1 feet, sorry, 1 into 500 into 0.35, and depth of this is 2 inches, which is 0.05. So total quantity will be 8.75 cubic meter. Rate for this item in SOR is 6,591.25 INR, that is rupees per cubic meter. So total will be 57,673.44 Indian rupees. Okay, so schedule of rates is actually the standard which is used by the government departments to fix the rates of some particular items which we used in the construction. Okay, so for my code, the rate of this item is 6,591.25 for 1:2:4 mix. Okay, after that, the next item which we have to use is that providing and applying 12 mm thick cement plaster in 1:4 mix, that is we are plastering the above ground and above ground concrete, sorry. Okay, and plastering will be only done for the above ground concrete, not for the underground. Okay, so the length will remain same, that is 1 into 1 into 2 sides will be, that is 2 into 500 along the lengthwise, and the height for this will be 0.6, that is 2 feet, because the above ground step is 2 feet, so 2 feet. Okay, and after that, the next is we will plaster the top surface, that is 1 into 500, and the width is 0.35 meters for the above ground concrete that is plinth step. Okay, this was for the length and the top of this above ground plinth. Okay, after that we have three pedestals. Okay, their above ground is 0.45, that is width 0.45, 0.45 is the length and breadth, and the height is 0.6. Okay, so 4 is 4, you have to plaster the whole boundary. So 4 times 0.45 for one pedestal will be equal to 1.8 if you sum up all the sides, and height of this pedestal is 0.6. Okay, so this will be the quantity around the boundary of the three pedestals, that is 3 into 1.8 into 0.6, which is 3.24 square meters. Okay, and then plastering the top sides of the plaster, so it will be 3 into 0.45 into 0.45. Okay, which is 0.61. So total quantity for this plaster will be 778. If you sum up all these, 778.85 square meter. Okay, and rate for this item in the SOR is 283.80 rupees per square meter. So total will be 2,21,036 Indian rupees. Okay, after that we have to also provide the centering and shattering for this underground and above ground concrete. Okay, so cost of centering and shattering will be, since centering and shattering will be on two sides, so 2 into 500 length and the total depth of concrete. So total depth of concrete is 1.5 feet, which is for the underground, and 2 feet, which is for the above ground, plus this 2 inches. Okay, so it will be equal to 3 feet and 8 inches will be the total depth of the centering and shattering. Okay, so total depth will be 3 feet and 8 inches, which in a meter is equal to 1.11 meter, that is 3 feet and 8 inches. This was for the boundary plinth. After that, for the pedestals, okay, we have three pedestals. Sum of all sides is 1.8, and the depth is depth of the pedestals is, for underground depth is 0.6, and for the above ground depth is again 0.6. So total depth is 1.2 meters will be the cost of centering, sorry, will be the depth of total centering and shattering for the pedestals of the gate. Okay, this is for the gate and this is for the boundary fencing. So total quantity will be 1116.48 square meters. Centering and shattering is taken in the square meters. Okay, that is the formwork. Rate for this item is 286.35 rupees per square meter. So total will be 3,19,704 Indian rupees. Okay, this was for the centering and shattering. Now the item which we have to provide is the structural steel. Okay, in which the chain link fencing will fit. We have to first make the framework of the structural steel, and in that we will fix the chain link fencing. You can see the elevation. These are of the structural steel and these are the vertical posts, that is 1 and 2. This is for only one panel, and panels will depend on the length of your boundary. So vertical post is 1 and 2. Then we have the horizontal top and bottom runner, which is also of ISA 50 into 50 into 5 mm, that is equal angle section, 50 into 50 into 5 mm. Then we have two diagonals. Okay, and in order to fix the chain link fencing, we have to provide the flats also. Okay, so flats will be provided along the top and the bottom runner and also along the vertical post. Okay, so the first item in the structural steel is the vertical posts. Okay, vertical post. So vertical post will depend on the length or the panel, what is the length of the panel. So the width of the panel which we are taking is 6 feet. Okay, that is distance from this vertical post to this vertical post is 6 feet, that is 1.8 meter. So if you divide 500 by 1.8 meter, you will get the number of vertical posts. So my requirement of vertical post is 500 divided by 1.8, which is 277.77. That is 278 vertical post. But I will take 10% extra, because there will be some bends and curves in which you will require more vertical post. Okay, it will depend on your topography of the ground. You can require more post, or you will require exactly the same number of posts. So let us take 10% extra, that is 277.7 into 1.1, which is equal to 305. Okay, let us take 305 vertical post. Okay, and the length of these vertical post is, first is this 6 feet plus 2 inch, and also the depth of embedment of this vertical post, let us take it as 2 feet, that is in the above ground plinth step. So total will be 6 feet plus 2 inch plus 2 feet. So total will be 8 feet 2 inches. Okay, 8 feet 2 inches, which in meter is equal to 2.45 meter will be the length of this vertical post. So total quantity is 305 into 2.45, which is 747.25 running meter. Okay, this is the running meter. 2.45 is the length, and 305 is the number of vertical posts. This was for the vertical post. Then the top and bottom runner. So top and bottom runner will be simply 2 into 500, because length is 500. Okay, so it will be covering all the panels. So length is 500, so 2 into 500, which is 1000 running meter. Then the diagonals will be, if we have 305 vertical posts, so diagonal is 2 times. If you provide 2 diagonals, that is on in the form of cross or X shape, you can also take only 1 diagonal, but here I am using 2 diagonals. So total diagonals will be 2 into 305, which is 610. Okay, and the length of diagonals, since this is 6 feet, and also the length between the 2 vertical posts is also 6 feet. So this will be the hypotenuse of this triangle. So 1.8. So hypotenuse will be under root of 1.8 square plus 1.8 square, which is equal to 2.54 will be the length of the diagonal. Okay, this is from the Pythagoras theorem. Okay, because length distance between 2 vertical posts is 1.8 meter. Also the length of the vertical post that is above the concrete is 1.8 meters. So hypotenuse will be 2.54 meters. So total will be 610 into 2.54, which is 1549.4 running meter will be the diagonal length required. Okay, and total weight of this ISA per running meter is 3.8 kg per running meter. So total weight will be total length multiplied by the weight. So 3296.65 into 3.8, which is equal to 12,527.27 kgs is the length of the structural steel. That is angle 50 into 50 into 5 mm required. Okay, after that we have to fix the flats also. Flats will be again for the vertical. Okay, flats are fixed in order to flats are attached to this vertical post in order to fix the chain link fencing through the nut and bolt. Okay, so flats will be also in the same direction, that is along the 2 vertical post, top and bottom runner. Okay, so flats is, let us take the size of the flats as 40 into 5 mm. So again for vertical post we will require same number of flats, that is 305, and length for this will be required only 6 feet. 1.8 because we are not fixing the flat in the concrete, so only length is 1.8 meters. So total will be 549 running meter for verticals, and for top and bottom that is 2 into 500, which is 1000 running meter. Diagonals will be again 610, and length will be same, that is 2.54. okay, so total will be 3098.4 running meter, and weight of this flat weight of this flat is, that is 40 into 5 is 1.57 kg per 1.57 kg per running meter. Okay, so total will be 4864.49 will be the weight required for the flats, and total weight will be, that is A plus B. A is for angle and B is for the flats. So total quantity will be equal to 17,391.76 kgs. Okay, and rate of this item in SOR is 120.80 per kg. So total will be 20,1,924 Indian rupees is the rate of this item for our estimate. Okay, the next item which we have to use is that providing and fixing GI galvanized iron chain link fabric fencing of required width in mesh size of 50 into 50 which will include strengthening with 2 dia wires or nuts. Okay, and it is required as per the direction of engineer in charge, and this wire is made with a dia of 4 Okay, you have to fix the chain link fencing in the panels, okay, that is on these diagonals, and attach it to the vertical post and top and bottom runners. Okay, so this item is measured in square meters. So again its length will be 500, that is 1 is the number, 500 is the length, and height for this item is 1.8 meters, that is 6 feet. Okay, so total square meter is 900. 500 into 1.8, which is 900 square meter. Okay, 6 feet. Okay, rate for this item in SOR is 809.90 per square meter. So total will be 7,28,910 Indian rupees. Okay, after that you have to paint it with synthetic enamel paint of approved brand and manufacturer with 2 or more coats. Okay, so again it will be 2, that is on front and back side, 2 into 500. Height will be 1.8. okay, which is 1800 square meters. Since it is hollow, so you will take allow only 80%, so total will be 0.8 into 1800, which is equal to 1440 square meters. Rate for this item is 124.69 in my SOR. So total amount will be 1,79,556 Indian rupees. Okay, this is for the painting with synthetic enamel paint. After that you have to provide the gate, okay, of the structural steel, and for pillars you will use the hollow MS square pillars of size 150 into 150 into 6 okay, and gate will be provided of structural steel. Okay, so gate for this is, the width of the gate for this is, since it's 1 number gate, total width is 5.5, which will include the small and the large gate, and height, let us take it as 2.5 meter, that is 8 feet and 4 inches. Okay, this will be the total square meter of our gate, that is 13.75 square meter. And let us assume that structural steel required to make this gate is equal to 45 kg per square meter. You at site you will require between 40 to 50 kg per square meter if you make a gate of structural steel. Okay, This is by the thumb rule. So let us assume it as 45 kg per square meter. So total quantity required for my gate will be 618.75 kg per square meter, okay, of size 5.5 into 2.5 meter. It will include both the large gate and the small gate, okay. And pillars, there will be 3 number of pillars, okay, 3 ms pillars. Let us take the height, height of this pillar as 13 feet and 3 inches, okay. And the section of this pillars is HSS, that is hollow square section of size 150 mm into 150 mm into 6 mm, okay. And height is 13 feet 3 inches, okay. So 13 feet 3 inches, so in meters, which is equal to 4.05 meter, okay. 13 feet 3 inches is equal to 4.05 meters. Why I have taken it as 13 feet 3 inches? Because first is the height of the gate, and also you have to fix some in the concrete. So total I am taking to be equal 10 feet. If I am taking 10 feet the length above the plinth step, and 3 feet and 3 inches will be in the concrete block, fixed in the concrete block, okay. So total height of this ms pillars will be equal 13 feet 3 inches, which is 4.05 meter, okay. And weight per meter for this HSS 150 into 150 into 6 mm is 26.4 kg per meter. So total will be 320.76 kg is the weight required for these 3 ms pillars, okay. So total quantity of this structural steel required here will be equal to, that is, one second, total will be 618 plus 120, which is 939.51, okay. And rate for this item in SOR, that is providing and fixing of structural steel, is 138.20 Indian rupees per kg, which is equal to 1,29,840 rupees, okay. After that, you have to require another item, which is filling available excavated earth in trenches, plinth sides of foundation in layers not exceeding 20 centimeter in depth, and you have to also consolidate it layer by layer by ramming and watering, okay. So after the excavation, when you will pour the concrete steps, there will be some gaps left, and you have to fill these gaps, okay, using the excavated earth. So its quantity is calculated as, first we also have a quantity for earthwork, quantity for fencing plus gate, okay. When you excavate, you will get some earthwork after excavation, which is this quantity, that is 251.31 cubic meters, okay. And deduction for this will be item number 2 plus item number 3 plus underground of item number 4, okay. So item number 2 is soling, item number 3 is PCC 1:4:8, and underground of 1:3:6, okay. And the quantity which will remain after deduction of these 3 quantities, that is underground PCC step plus mudmate plus soling, will be the quantity required to fill the gaps in the trenches, okay. So underground, these sum of these 3 quantities, that is item number 2, which is 25.59, plus item number 3, which is 22.58, plus above ground quantity, underground quantity of this PCC plus underground of the gate, which is 0.65. This is the total quantity, and you have to deduct it from the earthwork which we obtained in item number first, and it will give us the net quantity which we require to fill the trenches after the construction of concrete. Okay, so total is 67.49 cubic meters, and the rate for this item in SOR is 218.40 rupees per cubic meter. So total cost of this item is 14,739.2 Indian rupees. Okay, and the last item which you need is the carriage of aggregates, that is stone aggregate and sand. This is the separate item which you have to pay to the contractor. Okay, it depends on the lead. Okay, I'm taking an average lead of 10 kilometers. Okay, quantity for this will be 135%. Okay, of item number 3 plus 4 plus 5. That is, item number 3 is 1.35 of item number 3, which is PCC, plus item number 4, which is 1:3:6 mix, plus item number 5, which is 1:2:4. Okay, multiply it by 1.35. Okay, so this is the quantity of the carriage of aggregate. So total quantity after increasing it by a factor of 1.35 is 367.66 cubic meter, and rate for this item in SOR is 344.49 rupees per cubic meter. So total amount will be 1,26,656 Indian rupees. Okay, so total cost of the chain link fencing will be sum of the amount of all the items, which is equal to 54 lakhs 48,500. Okay, so total is 54.49 lakhs in Indian rupees. Okay, so this is how you can prepare the estimate for chain link fencing. Items will remain same. Only thing which will change is the rate of each item according to your country. Also, the length for your estimate will change. Length width, you can change the cross section. Okay, change the mix of the concrete according to your need, according to your budget in the estimate. Okay, to make it more feasible. Okay, so this is how you can prepare a detailed estimates. I will be making more such videos of different construction items which we require in civil engineering. I hope you found this video helpful and learned something new from this video. Okay, if you like my video, please subscribe to my channel and share this video. Thanks for watching Master Civil Engineering, and stay tuned.